Saul was born in a town called Tarsus, and he grew up in Jerusalem. He was an angry man who said and did mean things to Jesus' followers. He really didn't like people who followed Jesus. He thought they were the enemies of God. He thought they were spreading lies. One day, Saul went to the high priest, and he asked for permission to go to Damascus, a different town, and arrest anyone who followed Jesus, and then he would bring them back to Jerusalem and throw them in jail. The high priest told him it was fine. On his way to Damascus, while he and his men were walking, suddenly a bright light appeared from the sky onto Saul. It was so bright that Saul could not see, kind of like when somebody shines a flashlight in your eyes. What do you do when a bright light shines in your eyes? You close them, right? That's exactly what Saul did too. So Saul fell to the ground with his eyes closed, and he heard God's voice. God asked him why he was so angry. The men who were traveling with Saul just stood there speechless. They were like, what? How? What the what? Where's this voice coming from? There's nobody else here. How are we hearing a voice, right? They were so confused. Then Saul got up from the ground and opened his eyes. But when he opened them, he could not see anything. He was blind. His men took his hands, helped him up, and guided him the rest of the way to Damascus. And for 3 days in Damascus, he didn't eat or drink anything at all, and he couldn't see. He decided to pray. Now there was a disciple in Damascus named Ananias. The Lord spoke to Ananias in a vision. A vision is like a dream. He told Ananias to go to the house of Judas and see a man from Tarsus named Saul. Now, Ananias had heard of Saul. He knew that Saul was a mean bully. He knew that Saul persecuted Jesus' disciples in Jerusalem. He knew that Saul would take him from Damascus and put him in jail in Jerusalem. He knew that if Saul found him, Saul would be mean to him. So Ananias was afraid. God was asking him to do something really hard. But God told him not to be afraid of Saul. So Ananias did what God asked of him, because he trusted God to protect him, even though he was afraid. Ananias went to the house of Judas. He found Saul there, just like God said he would. He told Saul that God had sent him to heal his blindness and to fill him with the Holy Spirit. Then he put his hands on Saul, and all of a sudden, Saul was able to see again. Saul was even baptized, and he finally ate something, and he felt strong again, and he wasn't angry anymore. He was now a follower of Jesus, a disciple himself.